it expands. And this expansion, when it comes, you be sure that you are opening to the higher mind. So these are some indications by which you can know whether you are expanding, or suppose if you are not growing, a restriction is coming in, then be sure that three types of unwanted powers are acting on us: an asura, a pishacha, and a rakshasa. I don't want to dwell in those three things because there is no use in talking about negative powers, because you talk about them and they come here. Think of the devil. So no, we won't talk about them. But you remember that there are three possibilities of misunderstanding the higher mind and thereby restricting your field of action. So whenever you find that in whatever organization or place you are being restricted, you try to understand. You don't put the blame on others. Always remember, in integral yoga or in any kind of yoga, don't say because of that it happened, because of him it happened. It happens because there is a fault in our manomaya purusha, then the vital body, kamamaya purusha, or in the annamaya purusha. So that must be there. No restrictions must be there. It should always be growing. When you put a seed and it sprouts, and every day if it does not grow, it may not grow 3 feet in a day, but you are sure that it grows every day. Similarly in our yoga, if you don't find that expansion, remember there is something wrong in us. Try to correct it. And never try to blame others for our constriction. If you do that, it is no more a yoga. Because it is you who are going to evolve, not the other man. He is not at all worried about evolution. Next. The divine within may throw these latent riches out from the depths in which they were hidden. And now, this particular passage, you try to understand in two ways. You may get these powers because they were latent in you in previous births. That is, they are a part of your psychic being. Or they may flow down from the higher force. You understand the difference? The latent powers about which we discussed in the previous slide, they may be yours because of your previous sadhana. Or maybe your surrender is of such a nature that the higher is able to flow into it. These are the two things he is mentioning here. Next slide. All the works of mind and intellect. Here we have in Sri Aurobindo's words itself the 4 planes of the mind. All the works of mind and intellect must be first heightened and widened. That is the first test of our yoga. Wherever your mind and intellect is placed, there must be a heightening. You understand what I mean by heightening? An elevation of your ability to think. And then it must be widened. More and more people must come into your fold. And then it can be illumined. Illumination comes from above. Heightened and widened is because of your past samskaras. You understand what I mean? Past samskaras means which are in your inner core of the being. In the psychic body or the Chaitya Purusha. And the illumination comes from above. Lifted into the domain of higher intelligence. Afterwards, these two go together. If your psychic body opens and heightens and widens, illumination becomes a possibility. And now afterwards, translated into workings of a greater non-mental intuition. You remember, intuition is non-mental. Therefore, intuition has no logic. Mind thinks in a logical way, in a graded way, in a step-by-step way. But intuition, it just dawns. And when it dawns, there is no explanation. Yes? Always the truth, no doubt about it. But partial truth. Because if Einstein for intuition dawns, it gets a law of the physics. If when an intuition dawns on a chemist, he will get a chemical law. If it dawns on a politician, he will give a new political party or something. But it is a truth, but still partial. That is why it is in the mental plane. But it is the truth, no doubt about it, but a time-bound and subject-bound truth. But a truth. Non-mental intuition, these again transformed into the dynamic outpourings of the overmind. This is where majority of the Indians are living. They are destined to be in between overmind and intuition. And thanks for our education, we don't even know that such states exist. The fault is in our education, and therefore, wherever I go, I ask the people, form a study circle where these levels are clearly explained. It is not that every time you will be in the overmind and intuition, no. Not every time. When you are a principal, you are a principal when you are in the college. If you are a chief minister, you are a chief minister when you are using those powers. But if not, you are a common man. Similarly, don't try to feel that always the intuition and overmind will work. But you should be in a plane where if you put the switch on, you should know whether the intuition is coming or whether the overmind is coming. And unfortunately, our education is not even heightened and widened. I remember something happened in Russia. In our Indian embassy, the daughter of that ambassador, Russian ambassador from India, has gone there. She doesn't know Russian. She got a red eye. She went to the hospital. She doesn't know she just checked the mark of the eye and a red plus. She went in. There, the doctor said, I can't help you. And there's so many, the foreigners' way of expression things. Their body speaks more than what they speak. She asked for someone to translate what he is saying. Then they said, he is saying, I can't do anything for you. That is what in the end is meaning. And then this girl became afraid, panic-stricken. She came home and wept. And then the father phoned to the doctor and said, you can't do anything? He said, yes, I can't do anything because your girl has red-eyed in her right eye and I am a left-eye expert. You understand what is happening? You are not widening and heightening in our education. You are zeroing in and you say it is expertise. I don't mind as far as the physical aspects are concerned. But in the mind, heightening and illumination doesn't mean that you are expert only in a small scale. And that is why even an unread, unkept avadhuta can cure diseases which the expert can't cure. Because he is almost in the illumined mind, a avadhuta. He is not in an intuition and overmind, you remember it. But anyway, for us, he is better than the expert doctors. Next. In one of the decisive moments of the integral yoga, this is the most important rule which you should never forget. It is one of the decisive moments of the integral yoga when this psychic being, you understand, that which has created your inner being, the Chaitya Purusha, being liberated, brought out from the veil to the front, can pour the full flood of its divinations, seeings and impulsions on the mind, life and body of the man, and begins to prepare the upbuilding of divinity in earthly nature. So this is the first step which you have to conquer. You always remember, Sri Aurobindo was very, very clear. Yoga means only a fast development, but not jumping the stages. You have to reach every stage, but you can reach every stage if you know that stage very clearly.